So Sharon Newman has a lot going on and we think it needs to be addressed. It looks like our fan favorite Sharon is on fire, or rather under fire. We have seen her getting unhinged lately and she's serving up some real drama, isn't she, ladies? So what's driving our once sweet Sharon to the edge, framing Daniel for killing Heather and having visions so creepy they'd make a ghost shiver? We are here to talk about theories because something tells us that it's not just old habits or her bipolar past haunting her this time, it's something major. To understand why Sharon has been acting like GC's newest supervillain, let's dig into all the horrifying details of her spiral and if she could be redeemed. Wait, before we dive into this whirlwind, I will need you to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, I swear you don't want to miss the twists and turns that are scheduled to take place on Y and R. Sharon Newman has been dealing with a lot since the last few months, and it seems more than just her bipolar spiral. We have witnessed Sharon behaving psychotic before with her bipolar issue, but this one looks a bit different. Poor Sharon has been hallucinating since July and having full discussions and conversations with several characters. For starters, Cameron Kirsten made an explosive comeback and he played with her mind until she actually killed Heather. Along with this, Sharon's been talking to her dead daughter, Cassie, and her former husband, Nick, too. Even though Nick is around her, but the hallucinations of him kissing her have been taking over and believing that he wants to get back with her again. Oh God, the young and the restless took things to another level this time after the whole murdering Heather Stephen episode. She got rid of Heather Stephen's body and then framed Daniel Romolotti Jr. for the murder. Mind you, it's the same sweet Sharon who once had everyone's sympathy and is now acting in unimaginable ways. For more, the woman has been having blackouts, which is not really normal in bipolar disorder. There have been whispers about something being extremely wrong with her medically. Now, none of us doctors here, but we know that Sharon's getting the treatment for her bipolar episode. She's been taking all the meds, and Nick himself has been driving her to the therapy sessions. And she's been doing everything she's supposed to do to keep her bipolar in check. So this has left all of us reeling and into the thought that Sharon might be going through so much more than existing disorder, which is even more horrifying than this. The poor woman has been through a lot of medical issues, and her declining health with something major would explain why she doesn't remember killing Heather Stevens in the first place. After confiding in Nick about her issues, she even got new meds, but it's still working and Cameron keeps appearing in her unsettling hallucinations. Her state is getting worse with blackouts, and there's one potential medical issue that might explain all of this: brain tumor. The little birdie tells us that it's the brain tumor that's making her do all these horrible things. It's indeed one of the classic soap opera tropes that may get old but never fails to shock. After researching a bit on this, we got to know that brain tumors can cause psychotic episodes, which might give a bit of explanation of Sharon's disturbing behavior. This whole medical issue also affects vision and blood supply into the brain and also gets affected and causes blackouts. So this makes us wonder if the young and the restless might actually provide redemption to Sharon with this medical storyline. As it looks like her brain tumor might be getting worse as it has been mistaken for bipolar disorder. Regular viewers know that after killing Heather, Sharon framed Daniel for it after putting evidence in the right place. Ever since she has been acting all psychotic, and this might not be a bipolar spiral at all. It was not long ago that Sharon had breast cancer, and there is a possibility that it has returned and is causing more problems for her medically. You and I both know anything, and I mean anything is possible on soap operas, so it wouldn't be shocking to see this too. But hold up, the plot will thicken as Phyllis is convinced that Sharon's the one behind Heather's shocking murder. Phyllis's mama bear side has been activated and she wants to clear Daniel's name in any way possible. We have recently seen her cornering Sharon in the hope that she'd crack and confess to the crime. She is determined to prove her son's innocence and expose the real killer. Even though Phyllis might actually be all correct in this situation, speculation has it that Phyllis might end up looking bad after all this comes crashing down. We have seen Phyllis setting up traps for Sharon in recent weeks, but if it turns out that Sharon actually is a victim for something terrible with her health, Phyllis will land in serious trouble for harassing a person with a brain tumor. We know that Mama Bear Mode has always led to issues on soap, so this time will be no different too. Now we know that the word on the street suggests that Daisy Carter, Lucy's biological mother, might have offed Heather out of sheer jealousy. Others even whisper about Daisy's mom, Sheila Carter, or Heather's shitty ex-boyfriend from Portugal as possible suspects. There's also talk about Lucy herself killing Heather, but we don't really think so since Lucy was a sweet girl who has never shown any sign of violence or manipulation. Moreover, she loved her mother and has an alibi. So that might not be it. While there are so many red herrings in play, Sharon's brain tumor angle still holds some weight. Sometimes the simplest explanation is usually the correct one, so we think that Sharon did murder Heather, and not even remembering is a sign of her declining mental health. But the soap bosses wrote this in a way that Sharon ends up looking like a victim rather than a killer. If only Sharon's cancer is back and it's spreading, so the show might take the direction of Sharon not being in control of her actions during all this. OMG, that sure would be something. This will lead to her not even spending a day in prison, which is mind-boggling to say the least. Due to her medical issues, Sharon might use this as an excuse once she gets better and gets away from killing someone in GC. But we know there is one person who won't forgive her, and that is Phyllis. She wouldn't care if Sharon had an apple-sized tumor in her head. She would want to see her behind bars since her son is suffering because of her. If the show actually pursues this storyline, it would give us answers to all the questions we have. Right, ladies? No matter what, Sharon's messy situation is far from over. So what do you think, soap fans? Are we on the brink of a heart-wrenching medical twist that could redefine Sharon's future in Genoa City? Or is this just another classic soap opera red herring to keep us on the edge of our seats? Personally, if Sharon's health crisis is the answer to this mess, we're looking at a storyline that could rock the show to its core and give Sharon an unexpected path to redemption. But until we find out, the drama is only just beginning. Drop your theories in the comments below. And remember, if you're as caught up in this whirlwind as I am, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for all your must-know soap opera scoops. I'll be back soon to spill more tea and unravel the next big twist. This is your go-to spot for all things soap-tastic. And until next time, keep your popcorn ready and your tissues close.